Hi everybody, today is March 8th, 2014. I don't know how many of you heard about the Malaysian airline that went missing over the South China Sea on its way to Beijing, China. It has been found crashed into the ocean. Malaysia Airline confirmed Saturday that it had lost contact with a flight carrying 239 people that was en route to Beijing. The flight was scheduled to land in Beijing at 6:30 a.m. local time, and air traffic controllers lost contact with it at 2:41 a.m. Evidently, it was 1 mile outside of Vietnam airspace when it suddenly went missing from the radar. A Vietnamese newspaper later reported that the Vietnamese Navy had confirmed that the plane crashed in the ocean. According to the reports, Vietnamese military radar recorded the plane crashing into the sea. There was no confirmation of the report from the Malaysia Airlines, however. We deeply regret that we have lost all contact with flight MH370, which departed Kuala Lumpur at 12:41 a.m. earlier this morning, bound for Beijing, the airline said in a statement released at 9:05 a.m. Saturday. The airline said flight MH370 was carrying 227 passengers, including 4 Americans, and 12 crew members on the Boeing B777-200 aircraft. The passengers included 13 different nationalities. Malaysia Airlines is currently working with the authorities, who have activated their search and rescue team to locate the aircraft, the statement said. Our team is currently calling the next of kin of passengers and crew, China's broadcast network CCTV, citing Chinese aviation officials, reported that 158 Chinese nationals were on board the flight. State news agency Xinhua reported radar contact with the flight was lost while it was in the Vietnamese airspace. But as of 11 a.m. local time, there have been no reports of any air crash in Chinese waters. They have an image here of the destination, and it was 1 mile outside, from what I heard, of the airspace of Vietnam. Another report says there was no indication of any distress signal from the aircraft. The Boeing 777-200 aircraft is 11 years and 10 months old, almost 12 years old. The captain, who was 53 years old, had over 18,365 flying hours, and his first officer, who was 27, had 2,763 flying hours. This is initial reports, and it says here there was 3 Americans, but we now know that there was 4 Americans. It says the plane had 153 passengers from China, including an infant, 33 from Malaysia, 12 from Indonesia, 6 from Australia, and 4 from France, as well as 3 from the US, including an infant. There are 2 from New Zealand, and 2 from Ukraine, and 2 from Canada, and 1 from Russia, 1 from Italy, 1 from Taiwan, another passenger from the Netherlands, and Austria. Another report says the plane was flying at an altitude of 35,000 feet, and that the pilots had reported no problems with the aircraft. This article here is from Yahoo. They lost contact with the plane 2 hours after it had taken off. The plane lost all contact and radar signal 1 minute before it entered Vietnam Air Traffic Control. That was a statement issued by Lieutenant General, Deputy Chief of the Staff of the Vietnamese Army. So 1 minute it's on radar, the next minute it vanishes. If it was a terrorist attack or shot down by China because it was in the air defense zone, I'm sure there'll be a thorough investigation. Well, we send our prayers to the family members and friends of those that were on this plane. Put your comments down below. Bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.